Hello and welcome everyone. My name is Zehra Naqvi and I serve as the Senior Research Associate at South Asia Research Institute for Minorities. My work is focused on minority and women right advocacy across South Asia. It is my privilege to be your moderator for this important session, and I look forward to guiding today's discussion. On behalf of the South Asia Research Institute for Minorities, I warmly welcome you to this important international webinar on the theme No Peace Without Justice, Safeguarding Minority Rights for Lasting Peace. We are truly honored to host this important conversation today, taking place on International Day of Peace. This day reminds us that the peace is not only the absence of conflict, it's required justice, equality, and protection for minority communities. We are privileged to have with us a distinguished panel of speakers, Dr. Mike Ghouse, pluralist, activist, author, and social scientist, and speaker based in Washington, D.C., USA. Next, we are having Aruna Rani, DOS researcher, data analyst, and Dalit women rights activist from Bangladesh. Finally, we have Sameer Ali Khan, peace activist and founder of Collective Pakistan from Pakistan. Thank you so much for joining. I extend my heartfelt gratitude to all of you by joining and lending your voice to this crucial topic. So, to begin our discussion, I am delighted to invite Dr. Mike to share his thoughts on the role of justice ensuring the peace and the importance of safeguarding minority rights globally. Over to you, sir.
Well, no peace without justice, certainly. How does justice contribute to safe and secure societies? Justice is another word for balance. Let me walk through from the universe to human beings. The Creator demonstrates how the universe is set up in equilibrium. We can observe this balance in the planets that have been orbiting the sun for millions of years, the earth rotating 24 hours, another million of years. Similarly, our planet Earth is going on like this. The human body, from there we come down to human body, is also functions optimally when provided with the necessary nutrients. Everything in the universe is calibrated to function in balance, which is another word for justice. The only aspect that God or nature did not program is the human interactions with one another. The Creator has endowed us with free will. This free will can foster harmony among individuals, families, communities, and nations. However, it can also lead to conflicts and war. It is our responsibility, individual and collective responsibility, to pursue peace and harmony for the common good of all. Each of us desires to live securely and in peace. We're made to seek balance, seek justice, free from tension, apprehension, and any fear. We have made significant progress in creating just and cohesive societies where every individual feels secure, regardless of his or her faith, race, ethnicity, or nationality. It is a fundamental human desire to seek justice and live in harmony. Remember that God has granted us free will. His universe serves as a model for us to create harmony. Throughout history, numerous prophets, avatars, Tirthankars, that is Jainism, and sages have come to promote this very objective, to create peace. Efforts to foster harmony and peace in society have been ongoing forever. With the landmark decisions marking this journey, for instance, in the year 632, Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, declared that all men are equal, emphasizing that no race holds superiority over another or that men and women are equal. His teachings initiated the process of purchasing and freeing the enslaved individuals, highlighting a genuine commitment to equality. Similarly, President Lincoln issued the Emancipation Proclamation on January 1, 1863, declaring that all enslaved people in the Confederation States shall be thenceforward forever be free. This was a pivotal legal step towards achieving equality. Thomas Jefferson wrote in the Declaration of our Independence on July 4. We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal, that their Creator endows them with certain unalienable rights. Among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. And this next sentence is very important, that to secure these rights, rights to freedom, governments are instituted, governments are created among men, deriving their just powers from the consent of the governed, that is the people, establishing a rule of law for everyone to be treated equally. A new form of governance was established by the people, of the people, for the people. It was called democracy, and its purpose was to ensure equal rights and equal opportunities for all individuals within a given society. When you have equal rights and equal opportunity, people live in peace and security. When they live, when they feel secure, the progress and prosperity comes to each one of us. When there are confusion, when there are conflicts, nobody lives in peace. Humans have created rules to embrace our uniqueness and provide equal rights and opportunities. The Equal Rights Commission was established in the United States to ensure that no one is left behind. Now, let me share some of the questions that you have put to examine the challenges faced by the marginalized. A small percentage of individuals within the majority believe that they are entitled to certain privileges that are denied to others. Despite the efforts of minorities to integrate and to assimilate into the society, they often feel excluded from mainstream life in countries such as Pakistan, India, Bangladesh, Sri Lanka, Nepal. I think it is the world over, but my focus here is South Asia. True peace can only be achieved when all citizens of a nation feel at peace. Therefore, it is essential to implement existing laws fairly and effectively. In India, made an effort about 10 years ago to bring the Equal Rights Commission. It didn't go anywhere. People don't believe still that we are all equal. And to provide a platform for diverse voices. Once again, many arrogant men in South Asia do not believe in the equality of women. The state needs to take bold steps to educate women on how to raise children without instilling harmful ideas. We need to avoid that, such as a belief that women are subservient to men. I have heard men, shameless men, say, "Aurat mard ki joti hoti hai." What a shame! And that is the mother. That same aurat is the mother, which both Hindu and Muslim traditions say, "Maa ki khidmat mein jannat hoti hai." How can they say this? We need to educate. An expectation that household chores are solely women's work. It should change. I raised my children, my boy and the girl, to do all the chores equally. And as a result, they grew up to treat everybody equally. So it begins with the parents to teach, and the institutions like such as yours can initiate those goals. The United States has an Equal Rights Commission that works to uphold everyone's equal rights. However, the system is not perfect. Discrimination against minority still exists. No one is completely secure from injustice. People often go to court in search of justice. While most of them do achieve it, some don't here in the United States. To generate actionable recommendations, I would say to start with instituting equal opportunity commissions. Is there one in Pakistan?
Human Rights Commission, there's just only Human Rights Commission for,
It will take a long time for the programs to get down to the bottom, but
of course,
effort,
definitely.
effort needs to be made, and you are making that effort. I salute you for that.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Dr. Mike, for sharing your insightful reflection. Your perspective on justice as the foundation of peace has set the tone for today's discussion. What you said is timely and deeply important. Thank you so much. Moving forward, I would like to invite our next speaker, from Bangladesh. I am honored to invite Aruna Rani Das to share her reflections on the reality of Dalit and minority women in Bangladesh. Over to you, Aruna. Please unmute yourself.
Thank you. Greeting to all estimate organizations and all present. The main topics of no pays without justice, safeguarding minority rights for lasting peace is deeply related to the reality of Dalit community in Bangladesh. There are more than 5 million Dalit in Bangladesh. Uh, Bangladesh. They have been victim of discrimination, deprivations, and social neglections outside the mainstream of society for hundreds of years. Limited opportunity, lack of access to land and property, social discriminations, and prejudice. Our lives difficult every day. If we want peace, then to ensure justice. Constitutions for Dalit, quota and internal assistance in education and employment, creating a society free of discrimination and human rights are state responsibilities. Because peace without justice is threatening for the right of member of the minority community, especially the Dalit community.
Thank you for sharing the reality of, Dalit. Now we let her from the final speaker. I'm pleased to welcome Samir Ali Khan to share his experiences as a peace activist in Pakistan and the role of youth and grassroots activism in building inclusive society. So thank you so much, and over to you.
So yeah, whenever we initiate the dialogue, or whenever we see the peace lens in journal, I always encourage to see from the point of view not only minority but also the majority, because I think what I really believe that the peace indicators, the peace building is very personal to every community. Either it's a privilege in the religion, or maybe either in the privilege in the culture, or either in the privilege in the power. So the peace lens, from my point of view, and what I realize after working with the especially youth context since last 5 years, I have realized that it's right time, and it's a high time to decolonization of the peace practices which have been practicing since decade in Pakistan, in Bangladesh, or in the other part of the country. What I realized, because I've been working with the young people through different aspect of the societal engagement, what I realized that what we have is a most important powerful tool for the peace building negotiations. For instance, why I'm saying this, because I have a study on the religious and cultural tourism, which is a main pillar of connecting communities through dialogue, through stories, and through what we have by our enriched culture. So why not we adopt particular model that we already have? So first and the most important powerful learning of my peace activism of 5 years journey, and I really appreciate, because Dr. Mike already mentioned the parenting is a main I think main particular pinpoint of having the discussion and dialogue from the homes. For instance, I just want you to imagine a kid being told by his own mother that not to share a lunchbox with the other religious kid. Now just imagine the seed of hate that have been planted at a such young age. This is not only the idea of not being kind, but also the idea of those who are different from us. They should not be exist. And that's what we are trying to do. We whenever we it's a time when Pakistan and the Pakistani context was famous for the hardcore terrorism. We have multiple bombing attacks in Pakistan, but now it's converted into the mob lynching. Now it converted into hate speech on the social media. It's all 360 shift. But the reality is that the essence of the hate that have been deprived by the most powerful actors of the society is already there, because it's injected in our very young age. When I say this in school, I have been gone through with such stories, such personal trauma that make me such arrogant person in the society. Through I'm shaping in. Whenever I talk about with the young people, who their age is around more than 18 plus, when they come and when they talk to me, they have multiple perceptions. They have a very concrete hate narrative in their mind and their heart. But when I talk to the young adolescents, they have a pure heart. When I try to give them a message of empathy, they will adopt it, and they will not only adopt it, they will convert to the generations. When I give to the such empathetic lectures to the youth, they have some privileges in their mind. For instance, organization will give us a reimbursement of our travel, fancy hotel or something like this. So this is a very organic dialogue and discussion we have to initiate it right now. Otherwise, I think SARIM organization will have this conversation after 50 years, and the issue will be remain same. And the most important, I think, what I realize in the South Asian context, the young people are very open to. We don't have a hate regarding any other side of the boundaries, because we really believe that this generation have seen the digital lenses from their mobile phone. They know what's going on in South Asia, what's going on. And the most important thing is, it's a very right time to we should start talking about what colonizers have imposed us. Why we always interested in imposing the branding things on our activities? Why not we never thought this peace dialogue should be initiated with the factory workers, the rickshaw drivers, because they have that particular narrative building in the society. It's a reflection. So what I realized after conversation with the multiple youth groups, multiple committees, and the most important thing, we are willing to do it. Once we are willing to do it, we now just we need a roadmap by the people like SARIM organization and Dr. Mike and other part of the contributor who are making this society peaceful coexist through their multiple lenses. Thank you.
I totally agree with you, Mr. Sami. Thank you for your inspiring remarks. Your response on peace building through youth and grassroots initiative give us much hope for the future. Thank you so much. As we draw this session to a close, I would like to thank all the speakers for their time, wisdom, and commitment. Thank you so much for your time and contribution. Today's discussion reminds us that justice is not optional, it's essential. Without protecting the right of minority, we cannot build a peaceful society. So on the behalf of SARIM, I would like to thank all of you. Let us continue to work together, a world where peace is built on justice, equality, and respect for diversity. Stay connected with us through our website and platforms for update of future initiatives. Thank you so much. Wishing you all a very peaceful day ahead.